Hello and welcome to the video version of my journal. I'm Steffanie Rivers. I am bringing you the the update of the season 3, episode 3 of Ready to Love, and I'm going to title this episode "Kiss and Tell" because that is truly what was going on in this episode. Tonight, the contestants, the cast members got a chance to spend some time with each other, doing more social interactions that I thought is very necessary in building meaningful relationships. That's the good part. What I don't like about what I've seen so far is that there seems to be a lot of drinking going on instead of more talking and doing what social interaction, more conversations. It seems like a lot of the conversation involves alcohol, and with alcohol you can make bad decisions about some of the really important things that you want to be serious about in your life. Nevertheless, it was a good episode because I think a lot of the cast members got a chance to spend more quality time together. And so it's coming down to, in sports where you can either play to win or play not to lose. It seems like some of the cast members are playing to win while others are playing not to lose. They're just trying to get some time in, trying to spread themselves around, trying to appeal to some people so they can have enough likes so that they won't be asked to leave, while others are really honing in on somebody who they feel like they are connecting with. They're playing to win. And so so Uncle Tommy had them let them know that they'll be doing some activities this episode, and it really went well. I think for a few of them, it seems like Raymond, the 52-year-old musician with the 5 children, we did learn a little bit more about his situation. The 5 children he produced with 4 women. So one of those women has 2 children with Raymond, and Raymond is kind of fixated on Adriana Pop Tart here. Keeps trying to sit down with her and appeal to her. He's on his reverse waiting to exhale mix, but hopefully Adriana won't fall for that, although she seems to be giving him a little bit more time than I think she should. She's willing to overlook those 5 children, probably because she is 31 years old and she's not really thinking about what comes along with when you have 5 kids. You got 5 different expenses. You have 5 different sets of time that you need to put in. You got 5 different teachers, 5 different, in this case, 4 different mothers that you're going to have to also, that's going to be coming along with that package. So a lot of people don't think about that, but there were a few women who thought about it, and they let Raymond know, your 5 kids plus my 2 kids plus me, that's 8 people. And that's too many people for me to be dividing the pie with. So they kind of like X'd Raymond off of their prospect list. So yeah, Raymond is not looking too good with some of the ladies on the cast. Adriana is kind of popping out of that shirt. I don't know if it's being held together by a button that's crying or a bobby pin or something she done put in there, but she definitely needs to get a tighter fitting bra or go on to the next size on that dress, because she's busting out of it. So in this conversation that Adriana was having with Raymond, it was revealed that Raymond is not really that anxious to get married, although he doesn't mind playing house. He doesn't necessarily want to live in the house with a woman. He just wants to come and visit and play house when he wants to. which is probably how he got those 5 children. But at any rate, yeah. And she sensed that, and when she sensed that, she took that information back to the ladies during their bone collecting session, where they bring all the bones back and go over it and see what's really going on with each other. Brian, although I did not remember Brian in the initial episode, he didn't stand out to me. Let me say that. He is standing out to at least one of the cast members, and making an impression on her. And one of the things that Brian said, he talked about him being abstinent. And when one of the ladies asked him, well, how long has it been, Brian? He said proudly, 40 days. And I thought he was going to say, a year at least. That would be impressive to me, that a man would stay to himself for a year while he grows spiritually and grows financially and just grows personally. But he said 40 days. So that might be a feat for him, but that was not impressive to me. The longest I've gone practicing abstinence is 2.5 years. And so, and it really wasn't something that I even thought about. It wasn't that I was just trying to stay away from sex. It was, I'm just trying to work on me and not worry about appealing to another person. And so, time passes, and in my growth, you just don't focus on some things. And so the person that Brian, is appealing to is Alex. And Alex said in a previous episode that she is practicing abstinence. And I think she's been abstinent for about at least a year. So maybe that's what's drawing them together, is that they feel like, he's abstinent, I am too. And so maybe we can grow together and stay abstinent. That's, what normally I think appeals to a woman who's abstaining from sex. When she finds a man who's doing the same thing, that says to her, he might be worth getting together with. He might be worth breaking my abstinence with, because he is practicing it as well. But I don't know how impressed she is with 40 days. I'm not impressed. Add another 40 days to that, and then we can talk. So at any rate, they ended up kissing because they were playing a game, a truth or dare type game, and he dared her to kiss him. And so they kissed, and she later said she wanted to kiss him anyway. So they were drawn together. Good for them. So Rashid is making an impact. He is making an impression on Pop-Tart. He and Pop-Tart shared a kiss. And, they had history already. They had previously dated and before the show. So they were able to get reacquainted during the show. And there they are sharing a kiss. And so he is her number one spot person that when Tommy asks, who is your person you've connected with? She says Rashid. Nobody else is connecting with Rashid. So she's probably going to have him all to herself if he stays on the show and if she stays on the show. Although I know there are a few men, like I said, Raymond, who is trying to get with Pop-Tart. So we'll see what happens with that. So the two people who I felt made the most strides in building a foundation together, spent time together without kissing. When you start adding sex and intimacy to a relationship, that shouldn't be the foundation. That should be the roof on the foundation, on the house that's on the foundation. And so they kayaked together. That would be Naya and Chris. They kayaked together and just spent time talking at the lake. And so about what they want in life and the kids they want and the type of relationship they want. And Chris is giving me that Jeffrey Osborne vibe with him being on the radio and his chocolate skin and his deep voice. He's giving me that Jeffrey Osborne vibe. And Jeffrey Osborne is one of my favorite male singers. So I applaud Naya and Chris for not kissing, for not getting all intimate. They did share a hug when they met each other at the lake, and that's acceptable. Hugs are good. Everybody needs hugs. But anything beyond that, just keep it platonic. Keep it at the hug level right now. Build a foundation and just see how you all really like each other before you start kissing and all of that now. And so when the ladies at the end of the day, at the end of the few days, they brought their information back and compared notes. And I will say we found out more about Simone, the attorney in the middle in the orange dress. Simone revealed. See, Simone was in the bottom two of the ladies to be let go last week. So she was feeling kind of vulnerable this week and ended up letting people know that she and her father did not have the best relationship. And she therefore, doesn't really open up a lot. She's on guard because even with her father, with her doing as well as she could to try to please him, he would always nitpick and find something that she didn't do right. And so when she found herself with a man who, instead of congratulating her for her successes, nitpicked what she got wrong, she got rid of him, and it's all because of her father. And so parents out there, we don't realize how much of an impact the relationship you have with your children will impact their relationships in the future. But it does. And so we just have to know that being a parent is the most important job you will ever have. And being there for your children in every way will make them to be better and stronger and more confident when they become parents and they become adults. And so that's what we learned about Simone, the attorney, and that let a lot of us helped us to realize what's going on with her. We all have something we're going through. Amen to that. So that's what was going on with Simone. And so Naya let us know that she is really feeling Chris. And hopefully next week, when it's the guy's turn to let somebody go, Chris will let it be known that Naya is his number one. And so because of the 5 children, the 4 baby mamas, the unwillingness to get married, but wanting to play house, the ladies decided that Raymond was one of the 2 men to be let go that would not be continuing on in the journey to find love. So the other guy was David, my favorite. David, in a conversation with Alicia, he essentially said that, yes, he wanted to be king of the castle. And yes, he wanted to lead his family. But if the woman in his life had previous obligations, including children, he didn't feel like that would be his responsibility to take on all of that now. So he wants to divide the package. He wants to be the king of the castle, but not take care of every court gesture. He doesn't want to take care of everybody. He just wants to, that's your responsibility, he essentially said. And of course, with any mother with children, that is not what she wants to hear. That's not appealing at all. In fact, that's a damn turnoff. So they sent David packing after it was shared that that's how he felt. And you know what? When Denise was the person who told David that he was going home, she just let it out there and let it be known, look, that wasn't good what you said. And although I respect you and I liked you, bruh, you didn't handle that well. And so she said, peace, King. Hope you find love, but not here. You got to go. So anyway, those two are the men who were let go from the show tonight, Raymond and David. And again, he was my favorite. But yeah, when I heard him say that, that was it was cringeworthy. That's just not something you would want a man to feel. Although you do want him to be honest, and he was honest. And when you're honest, everybody's not going to like what you have to say, and you have to be willing to accept that and move on, and not be trying to play house with people, and and just take the joyride and then get off when you feel like you're ready to leave. If you're not willing to see it through, and if it doesn't seem like what you want, then be willing to say that. And as soon as possible, be authentic, stand in your truth, even if people don't like it. And so that's it. Men and women, we women can corroborate this, can verify that we listen to what men say, but we also listen to what they don't say. And so you can't just feel like, well, I didn't tell you that I loved you. Because if we've been together for a certain amount of time and you don't feel comfortable saying that, or if you're suggesting, oh, your kitchen could use an upgrade, and you line me up with an interior decorator, but then you don't want to pay the bill, it's like, what? You don't be lining me up to pay a bill. I got enough for that. If you're not willing to step up and do something, then just be quiet. Just don't line me up to pay no money. And so, some people are making strides. Some people are playing the game to win, while others are playing the game not to lose. And so some people are, rising to the top. I can see in the future, because a lot of the women, when they were asked who is your number one or who's your top two, a lot of them said Steffanie, the personal trainer. And of course, that's Denise's number one, or her top two. And so I can see I can see it's gonna be a problem where people are going to start being territorial. And she seems like she's a territorial type. She's that 5'9" Amazon, 5'9" heart, 5'9", 5'9" attitude is gonna kick in at any moment. And so I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So having said that, we want you to make sure that you stay up on all the latest information about the season 3 episodes of Ready to Love. And this has been my version of the episode, Kissn'Tale. So to find out more about the things that I care about, go to the written version of my journal. That's at eurweb.com. Thanks and have